Georgia, Georgia, Georgia on my mind. Today we're going to take a look at the USS Georgia, an upcoming Tier 9 premium USN battleship. No, this is not a belated April Fool's Day joke. And no, USS Georgia, at least in this configuration, never existed. Honestly, I thought it was an April Fool's Day joke. While standing in on the Warships podcast for Kaloran, this ship was brought up and I legit thought it was a joke. So much so, I started playing along, making up stats that were actually close to the real version of the ship. I'd been out of the loop and missed the announcement on her. But seriously, who would think a paper USN battleship would be added? I'll get to my thoughts on that later. First, let's talk about the ship itself. What is Georgia? Georgia is basically the body of an Iowa with some key differences. Mainly its guns. Instead of 9 16-inch guns, you have 6 457mm guns. Let me convert that for the layman. That's 6 18-inch Yamato-sized guns. You have the biggest guns in the USN. Range on the guns is 21 kilometers, but you can up that. Your base reload is 30 seconds, but you can get that down to around 27 seconds with the reload module. I played around with that, but you will want the plotting room module instead. The decrease in dispersion is far more important on this ship than the 3-second decreased reload, in my opinion. AA seems like it would be good. I've got 78 on mine with the captain skills I use, however I found out very quickly that while it's good against Tier 8 planes, it's not so much as good against Tier 10 planes. You'll shoot Tier 10 planes down, but not at a rate I would hope for, especially in a round with 2 CVs per side. Your speed is 34.6 knots with Sierra mics, and your concealment is 13.3 kilometers with captain skills and modules. Both of these stats make sense considering she's basically an Iowa. You have 74,100 hit points, which is actually 4,000 less than the Missouri, but again, your guns are much larger. Also, one last thing to mention, the heel on this ship to me seems a little stronger than the average USN battleship heel. Not quite Royal Navy heel, but definitely a little stronger than average. Before I get to my impressions, I just have to ask, why? Why is this ship a thing? I mean really, there are so many USN ships out there we don't have that we need. USS Tennessee for one. USS Washington, USS New Jersey. I'd much rather have those ships than a paper ship. Make the New Jersey a brawler like Massachusetts. Split the line. Give a line of secondary brawlers. There are options. But a paper Iowa with 6 18-inch guns. I just don't get it. And I think that's why I thought it was a joke. It was just too outlandish to be real when I heard it. But here we are. What do I think of Georgia so far? Well, it's exactly what I expected it to be. An Iowa with large guns. It's fast, it has decent armor, satisfactory but not stellar anti-aircraft. I mean, I've had some average rounds in her, and I've had some great rounds. But this is no different than Missouri. In many ways, I feel the 18-inch guns are a non-factor. Sigma was originally 2.0 on this ship. It was changed to 1.8, and that's the version I got. If it were 2.0 still, I have a feeling the ship would be a lot different, and I can see why they nerfed it. At 1.8, with only 6 shells, you stand to miss more shells than you hit. I pulled off some great shots where everything works, don't get me wrong. I triple citadeled an angled Yamato, which with 18 inchers, I would expect that to happen. However, on other ships, I feel like the shots I do land overpin a lot. I've citadeled plenty of Montanas, but the ones I hit would have likely been citadeled just as easily in a Missouri or an Iowa. 16 inchers can peg a broadside on a Monty just fine. I don't need 18 inchers to do that. The 18 inchers will shave larger chunks off on penetrations, and it helps on angled ships, but again, with 6 shells, you may only land 1 or 2 rounds. And this is the frustrating part about Georgia. You'll have rounds where everything seems to go right, and then you'll have rounds where RNG just curses your dispersion and you struggle to break 100,000 damage. This ship is very RNG dependent. It's not a bad ship though, quite the contrary. And I suspect a lot of players will like this ship for what its guns have the potential to do. For me, it's just a matter of why is this ship a thing? Anyhow, I'll keep you updated on this one if there are any changes. I'm sure more than a few of you will want to keep this on your radar, which thank God this ship does not have. Let me know your thoughts on Georgia and if she interests you. Zoop out.